Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, and welcome to the last part of our 100% walkthrough the Old Hunters DLC here on Bloodborne. So today we're going to be getting the 100% of all items and secrets here in Fishing Hamlet. The reason this wasn't uploaded a few days ago with the other episodes is, as most of my subscribers know, that 99% of the weekends I'm not here. I'm either out with my girlfriend or family and stuff like that. So I apologise that I nearly had it finished, but I wanted to make sure it was all done correctly, so that's why I'm uploading it today. Anyway, we're going to get these two items in plain sight here. And with this NPC, we're not dressed up as a broccoli head for absolutely no reason. This is the only way to get him to talk to us. So he will give us one of the spells of the DLC once we talk to him. So from here, really, there's only one thing we can do, which is continue straight along here until this lamp. I'm just going to go back to the Hunter's Dream just to take my broccoli head off here and continue through the level. Through here to the right at this house here beside this enemy, there's going to be a few blood vials. If we continue on to the right over here in this corner, there's not going to be any items, but there's going to be one enemy, so watch out for him. Continuing through here to our left, we can go up here. There's another enemy here, I believe. This is going to be an item in the corner, which is a pretty good gem, I think. Continuing on to the well, like I said, not really anywhere else we can go until we get to here. So take out all the enemies. I'd really recommend clearing out all the enemies here. You can go down the well, like I did mention. I did a video part to get the Rakuyo, which is Maria's weapon. All we have to do is go down the well and kill these giant shark, fish, monster, giant guys, whatever you want to call them. So it's not too much of a harder battle, but for a lot of people this is probably one of the hardest battles of the DLC, even worse than the boss battles. In my case, I found it quite easy compared to some of the bosses. Anyway, it is quite a hard battle though, but anyway, once you've defeated those, you can get the Rakuyo. We want to hop back up. I do believe in this video there's 3 different characters or something, because at one point my capture card screwed up, so I apologise for that. It shouldn't really be confusing at all. I edited as best I can, so it didn't really seem like there's any changes. There's a few items over here. There was one to the left. There's one behind that boat. Behind the other side of the boat, there's going to be a little hill up the mountain. You can't really miss it. There's going to be an item over here. Behind this hut, we can hop into this broken bit of the roof just here. Before that, like we just did there, we can knock the ladder down, and that will take us all the way to the lamp at the start. It's a neat little shortcut if we die. There's going to be the Herald set here, which is the set the NPC uses that keeps talking to us on pretty much every level. We can drop down there, and we're going to be back at one of the starting points of the level. So really there's one thing we can do now before continuing, which is the right of the well. There's going to be one house we can enter. It's kind of weird really. It looks like it's going to be so much houses we can go in, but it's like 2 in this whole area. There's 2 items in here. I think the one, actually I believe the one down the bottom we got off a enemy corpse. I'm not too sure, but there's definitely the gem at the top which we can pick up. Once we're done in there, all we want to do now is continue through the stage. This is the point that I just mentioned that my capture card screwed me over, so I apologise about that. There's 2 items in between here and the lamp. None of them are going to be visible because I already picked them up. One of them is going to be over here in plain sight beside these windows. You can look into the cave. You can't really miss that one. And the other one is going to be just turning back on yourself in between these 2 buildings here. We're going to look over to the well area, and there's going to be some chunks here, I believe. So I apologise about you not being able to see that, but they're not really that missable at all. I think there's one more item we're going to pick up with this clip, or the no items clip as I like to call it. Once we get to the building with the lamp in it, there's going to be one more item just here behind these rocks, which I also recorded in the clip that I lost. So yeah, I kind of apologise about that, but there's nothing we can do around here anyway. So for now we're going to go ahead and light the lamp. If we talk to the NPC in the last 2 areas of the DLC, sorry, he will be here half dead, and he will die and give us Simon's blade. I forget the name. I think it was Simon's blade, which is the bow and arrow, and a key. So I really recommend the next thing we do is to go all the way back to where we killed Ludwig in this passageway. Since we've got the key now, we can open the door to our left. You'll get invaded by the NPC. and we can get his headpiece from this invasion right here. So we're going to go down and open the door down here. So let me explain this real quick. Once we kill this NPC, we get the blood letter, but also what this is going to do is it's going to prevent him from invading us anymore in the fishing hamlet, or at least the rest of the area we've got left. But don't worry, I had to confirm this the other day because on the blood letter video I did say that we may not be able to get the rest of his outfit if we did this. But don't worry about that, I have confirmed it now, and you do not need to kill the invaders to get the outfit. Now, as you're about to see in the video, continuing through the level, we are going to be able to pick up his outfit in those specific areas where they invaded us. So for instance, here that he would have invaded us and dropped his gloves, so we got the gloves from there. It looks like the piece of the set we get is always in the same place. Like, it don't matter how much times you try, if you kill the invader in that place, he's going to give us the gloves. But anyway, we jumped down behind where he invaded us to the right of the cave. We continued along the rooftops, the only way we could really go, or the most logic way. We jumped down through the hole and picked up that chunk, I believe. So once we're at the bottom of the river, there's a lot of ways we can go. We go to the left, there's a ladder there, we can go through the front, we can go through the left. I'm going to try and make this as simple as possible and do it in a circle. So first we're going to go into this building to our right, pick up these chunks. I believe there's a lot of chunks around here, especially from here to the final boss, so make sure you don't miss those. Before continuing straight in front of that building, we're going to go around back. Watch out you don't fall to the left, because there's actually quite a thin passageway. It's going to be a pretty good gem over there. Now we're just going to go below the walkway we came from here. This item right here is going to be from one of his invasions too, which is the garb. So if you want the full outfit, make sure you go under there. And just here, there's going to be some kin code blood, I believe. So continuing the circle, obviously we want to go and continue to the right. There's nothing really in the middle of all these houses, so don't bother going in the middle. Just be careful of all the enemies. There's quite a big ambush around there too. Up here there's going to be a few blood vials, and continuing and completing the circle, there's going to be a ladder just here, which is going to take us back up to the building we dropped down the floor to pick up some of the chunks. So we're going to continue back along the rooftops we first originally came from, go back in this building, climb up the ladder to get to the roof where he first invades us, and now we are going to head into the cave. So the top floor of the cave is real simple. Just take out all the enemies. There's only going to be 2 items around here, some oil urns just there, and over here to our left there's going to be another item if we find the opening down here below these pieces of wood. So that's the only 2 items that's going to be up here at the top. If we continue around, sticking to the left, we're going to find a door just here, which is going to take us out right next to where we picked that item up, right next to the lamp. So make sure you don't miss that one. It's okay if you don't want to go around killing all the enemies again. So yeah, so now the only thing we really can do is come back to the cave and head down the only hand ladder we can go down. There's going to be a few items around here. Just watch out for the snail guys. They actually grab you and do some pretty lethal damage. It's going to be a gem down there to our left, like we just picked up there. Over here to our right, following this walkway, there's going to be another chunk, I believe, in that corner. There's going to be one more item down here, which is twin shards, I believe. I think this item just here, that little gem there, I think that was dropped by a corpse, so sorry about that. There's going to be some more shards or chunks or twin stuff, whatever, up there, and I believe one more chunk just there. So continuing the only way we can really go at the moment, at the end of this cave there's going to be 2 items. One of them is from one of the invasions, which is the trousers to his set, and the other one's just going to be some, I don't know, oil urns maybe, I don't know, something pretty not important. At the end there's going to be some code blood, and turning back on ourselves and heading round to the left there's going to be some madman's knowledge. So now we're going to have to drop down to the elevator area. Before calling the elevator, we're going to drop down here. You can do this after calling the elevator, but it's just a lot simpler and less confusing like this anyway. It's going to be a gem. Heading back up, now we are going to activate the elevator. What we want to do is obviously go up the elevator. A lot of people maybe at the second time they activate the elevator and think, well, I've activated the shortcut, but just remember to head up the elevator and open the door. And also there is an item up there anyway, but just make sure you go up the elevator and open the door, because a lot of people probably forget about that the second time they do it or whatever, and think they've already activated the shortcut and then forget that they've not opened the door at the top. So yeah, so once they've done that, head back down to the bottom. So now there's two ways we can go. One's towards the boss where that item is over there, and there's another cave. So first we're going to head off to the other cave, obviously. There's going to be an item up here to the end and some crossroads. So first we're going to go to the left. Watch out for these guys that give you frenzy and all that crap. Pick up the gems over here and I think there's a gem and some cold blood maybe. If you hopped off the end there, it would have took you back to the bottom of the well where we got the Rakuyo. Coming to the other end of the crossroad, what we're going to be is in this pretty big room, really pointless big room. A few enemies in there, but it's not going to be really any items until the end, where we can find a nice fantastic blood rock. Just in case there's any of those items you want, or weapons from the DLC you wanted to get the +10 without entering New Game Plus. Comes in really handy, to be honest. I'm actually really happy they did that. Anyway guys, getting to the end of the level here, there's some Great One's Knowledge I think there. And after you beat the boss, obviously you get the Cost Parasite, which is the weapon to go with the alien suit. So yeah, so that is the end of the 100% walkthrough of the Old Hunters DLC. So hopefully this was helpful. I don't think I missed anything. If I did happen to miss something by accident, please let me know in the comments below. If this was helpful, please go like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time, guys.